being a minister, ministers have such a formal idea, but we minister to each other in many, many ways. And certainly, all of us are going to experience the main events of life, like birth and marriages and death. We'll be present in those things, and we'll be involved with them. And somebody asked me recently, as I was talking about dying, he said, is there a very good piece in the course that would be useful to read at a funeral in some way? And it's quite hard to find anything that actually says it really well, but I did find this. I thought it was very helpful. It's on page 83 of the text. This is what it says. It's a very beautiful message. And you could say that the name of a person. So we'll just use the name John today. We're going to use the name John. How can you, John, who are so holy, suffer? All your past, except its beauty, is gone, and nothing is left but a blessing. I've saved all your kindnesses and every loving thought you ever had. I've purified them of their errors that hid their light, and kept them for you, John, in their own perfect radiance. They're beyond destruction and beyond guilt. They come from the Holy Spirit within you. Part in peace, because I have loved you as I loved myself. You go, John, with my blessing and for my blessing. Hold it and share it, that it may always be ours. I place the peace of God in your heart and in your hands to hold and share. The heart is pure to hold it, and the hands are strong to give it. We cannot lose. My judgment is as strong as the wisdom of God, in whose heart and hands we have our being. His quiet children are his blessed sons. The thoughts of God are with you. Isn't that a lovely blessing? If we were ministering to someone who were experiencing a funeral or whatever, what better words could we say than that? All your past, except its beauty, is gone, and nothing is left but a blessing. Now that's the kind of vision that a miracle can give us. And why it's called, of course, a miracle is it's an inspired experience, an inspired thought that enables us to see through the illusions that we all get caught up with, to the fact that we are playing our part in a magnificent plan. And we have played it, regardless of whether we think we have or not. That this plan is far greater than what we perceive. And where we get caught up is entirely in our perceptions. So when we let go of our own personal perceptions, which the Course is trying to get us to do, suddenly what comes into our mind is what's called Christ's vision. A vision from the overview, the bigger picture. Just as in It's a Wonderful Life, James Stewart has given this vision of what his life's truly all about. Suddenly it's all there, the bigger picture. Sometimes it's possible for us to see the whole picture, the magnificence of the whole picture. This is called a revelation. But it's unexplainable. If the person has it, they feel great, but the other person thinks they're talking gibberish. They have no idea what it's all about. So it's not something we can communicate, but we can communicate a miracle. We can communicate these changes of perception, like I'm doing now, these changes of perception we can have when we open our minds. And so this is the essence of true forgiveness. Forgiveness is a vision of perfection that is here and now. The Course talks about the purpose of the teachings to be to save time. To save time. And it says that all teachings, all the religions and all the practices that go on in the world have the same fundamental purpose, to reach this awareness of perfection. They all have that purpose. by getting to it immediately. So, for example, if you think about that person that has most upset you in life, and that has done these things to you that you feel that you could not possibly say to them, I'd like you to know you're perfect. Is it that person? There will be a time when you will get to that. If you stay with whatever you're doing, eventually one day, maybe in 1,000 years' time or whatever, you will say to them, I want you to know, regardless of what you thought said and did to me, you are, as God created you are perfect and loving, etc. So one day you'll get to it. So sometimes I share this with people and say, maybe you're not ready for this holy instant. Maybe you're not ready to say you are perfect yet to that person that's hurt you so much. Maybe you're not ready for that yet. But have you got a date in mind? When do you think it's going to be? Have you got a date in mind? Are you going to do it next year, or 10 years' time, or 100 years' time, or 1,000 years' time? Because one day you will. It's guaranteed. One day you will. But if you make it now, you save yourself the most enormous amount of suffering. It frees